Is this running? So for some reason the recording just stopped. And I still don't know what I'm doing. This is the third attempt of me doing. Mike, bin ich scharf? Na, da. Na.
Hallo?
Okay, so all I can do now is pray that the video doesn't stop again and that I'm in focus. This is so awkward. Oh my god, why do I have to make everything so awkward? Jeez. Thank god that's what cutting programs are for. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Ray, in case you don't know me. This is my first YouTube video. I'm usually more active on TikTok, but I used to film YouTube videos back then. And it was so much fun. So I decided I'd just do it again. Because I'm fortunate enough to have some people who really want to listen to what I have to say and who are really excited about this channel, which makes me really happy. I can't move too much because then I'll be out of focus, which I believe I am already, but that's okay. I'm just gonna live in denial until I look at this footage, like in a few hours. It's fine. I'm really excited about this video. I just almost dropped my phone there. I'm really excited about this video. I asked you guys on TikTok if you want to send me some unpopular Marvel opinions, for which you guys sent me your unpopular Marvel opinions, so I can react to them, and I'm very excited to read through them all and to react to them. I actually like Bruce X Nat. It's not that I hate them. I think they are very cute besties. They found great comfort in each other. I also believe that the groundwork of their relationship and the very basis on what connects them is very toxic, and that they've never stood a chance of having a healthy relationship. First of all, it felt completely forced to me. They just had this romantic connection like that, out of nowhere. There was no implications for this in the Avengers at all. The only thing that they have in common, the reason they connect, is because they both hate themselves so much that they genuinely believe they are monstrous beings. That's what their relationship is based on. Now, look me in the eyes and tell me you think that's healthy. Black Widow wasn't that bad. I agree. I do understand that it's not your typical superhero action, kabam, explosion movie. However, I also do believe that this movie gave some really interesting insight into the character of Natasha Romanoff, and I do believe that this movie was very necessary in order to make her death feel more rounded. I like that they had so much commentary on human trafficking and especially sex trafficking in there. I know that a lot of people didn't like it, but I'm just not one of these people. I feel like if you go into this movie open-minded, you will not leave disappointed. But I feel like a lot of people didn't go in there open-minded, and I feel like that's the main problem, that they went in there and they had this expectation of how this movie was gonna be, and then it wasn't what they expected to be. Wanda isn't bad. She's a mom who would do anything for her children. I agree about the fact that she's not bad. I do believe if she would be a bad person, she wouldn't have let Westview go. I believe that at the end of WandaVision, she really realized her wrongs, and I believe it said a lot about her as a character that she let everybody go. Like the things that she's doing, especially in Multiverse of Madness, she's not doing them for her children. Because if she'd truly do anything for her children, she'd leave the other Wanda alone. She's doing it for her own selfish reasons. She's doing it for herself because she wants to be a mother, because she misses her boys so much. I also believe that she's a little psychotic, which honestly, I love Wanda. Let her commit a genocide. I don't care. Slay, honestly. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good one. Sylvie is overhated. Yeah, quite frankly, I agree. I don't understand why everybody hates her so much. I have two explanations, both of which people are probably not gonna like. My first explanation is that she's a woman. I know, I already talked about misogyny in the Marvel fandom, and people tried to cancel me for it, but Sylvie is very, very similar to Loki in Avengers. There are so many parallels between Sylvie and Avengers Loki. It's almost hilarious that the same people who praise Loki in Avengers so much hate Sylvie with such a burning passion. And my other explanation is that everybody hates Sylvie for the same reason they hate Peter Quill, which is for being human. Everybody hates Peter Quill because he ruined the plan, but he did that because he was blinded by rage. The love of his life just got murdered, and it led him to do something that, of course, as a viewer, you're sitting there looking at this being like, are you f***ing stupid? What the f*** is wrong with you? But he, in this moment, didn't think like that. He was just trying to somehow get back to Thanos for killing the love of his life. And it was the same with Sylvie when she killed He Who Remains. Because at the end of the day, we as a viewer, we have the ability to think rational in that situation. She is so angry about the fact that he took everything from her that she lets her emotions get the best of her, which is something I know you've done before. I've let that happen. Everyone experienced that before, and I feel like it's ironic that we hate her so much because of it. She's such a great... Who's texting me? Okay, nobody, of course. It's just an Instagram notification. Loki should have been the same Avengers Loki in the Loki series, but I also love soft Loki. I agree to some extent. I believe that the transition we got from Avengers Loki to Loki Loki was a little harsh, and it felt a little rushed. It felt like lazy writing. And while you could argue that the moment he entered the TVA, of course, the whole like mind controlling thing Thanos had on him stopped working. If you take away the mind control and you just look at Loki from the end of Thor compared to how Loki is in the show Loki, it's just such a huge difference to me. I believe they should have taken their time. I loved the fact that this transition happened. I love watching the more playful side, the more like wholesome side of Loki come out. I love seeing that, but I really, really wished they would have taken their time. Dreykov was the scariest villain. I'm a firm believer in the fact that everyone who disagrees with this does not understand the intentions of what this phrase means. In one of my Unpopular Marvel Opinions videos, I said that I believe Dreykov is the scariest Marvel villain, and so many people bashed me for it. Like, they were like, Dreykov is literally the most boring villain ever. What? We rarely are confronted with people who want to take over the world or take out humanity. We rarely have to deal with villains like that, which makes them a lot less realistic and therefore less scary to me. Dreykov exists. There are thousands of men like Dreykov out there. Kidnap little girls and brainwash them and control them and abuse them and sell them and make them into something they're not. And Dreykov's portrayal is something that is so close to reality that it's scary. I love that one. Okay, Endgame was bad and did so many characters dirty. Now, let's lean back, grab a cup of coffee. This is gonna take a while. If you know me, you know that I despise Endgame. I have a lot of issues with this movie, a lot of them. I think Endgame might actually be my least favorite Marvel movie for a variety of reasons, which I'm not gonna go into, at least not all of them, because I'm trying to get this done today. You can't introduce the concept of time travel for one movie to resolve one issue. You are setting yourself up for plot holes, and you are setting yourself up for the fact that people are gonna believe what you did was lazy writing.
Hello, editing Ray here. Jump scare. I make it sound like for some reason I only dislike Endgame because of the time travel aspect. I don't. I also strongly dislike this movie because of things like Bruce dabbing and them playing Fortnite, and also them making a huge joke out of Thor's depression. It's just stuff like this that makes me never want to rewatch the movie. So, that's that. Enjoy the rest of the not the movie, the video.
It had some really good scenes, definitely, but I still believe that this movie had so much potential and it just didn't live up to the hype. Peter Parker was too young to go through all he did. Stark should not have had him fight in Civil War, etc. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, but when Peter gets recruited by Tony, he's a child. Excuse me? There's a tram. I don't know, you probably heard it. There was a tram. I'm trying to film a YouTube video. I'm trying to start my streaming career. Can you let me work? Also, something that you have to take into consideration is that there's a huge power dynamic going on between Tony and Peter. Peter is a child, Tony's a grown-up. Peter has not a lot of money, Tony has a lot of it. Tony is Iron Man. Peter looks up to Iron Man. Peter said multiple times that he doesn't want to go. And Tony kept pushing him. And he also didn't tell him what this was about. If Peter would have known what this was about, he would have been on Team Captain America. So the fact that he didn't even tell Peter what he was getting himself into, and the fact that he brought... I know that Tony said he didn't think there would be a fight, blah blah blah. Okay, who are you kidding? Either Tony is completely naive, which he's established in all the prior movies he's not, or he just is kidding himself. Either way, bringing Peter in was a mistake and Tony should not have done that, in my opinion. But that being said, I'm so glad that he did. I'm so glad they developed this relationship that they have. Oh, they're so cute. I love them so much. Oh my god. Elizabeth Olsen should not have been cast as Wanda Maximoff. The role should have gone to a Romani actress. English is not my first language. I apologize. I agree. And I don't think anyone should disagree. In the comics, Wanda is Romani. I'm just gonna keep pronouncing it that way. I hope that's not wrong. It would literally be no hassle to just cast a Romani woman as Wanda Maximoff. I hate the fact that the MCU is just half-assing things so much. Another example would be the gender of Loki, where canonically Loki is bisexual and gender fluid, and they decided to address this in Loki. That was my water reminder. You stay hydrated. Here, look me in the eyes. Pause this video right now and drink something. It's very important. For his gender being fluid, we got a shot of like 2 frames in the outro sequence. It's like, it's enough for the queer community to be really excited, but it's also not enough for the straight people to notice and to be upset. Come on, you either do something or you don't do something. Like, come on, it's not, that you can't make everyone happy. That's not how it works. Thor: The Dark World is the best Thor movie. That is for sure a statement. You have to know that you are probably alone with this opinion, so I am proud of you for being brave enough to state that opinion publicly. I like Thor: The Dark World. I like the characters, I like the dynamics between the characters, I like a lot about this movie. Would I necessarily say that it's better than Ragnarok? I don't know, I mean, you be the judge of that. It should have been Clint. I'm saying this because Natasha is my all-time favorite character and losing her was really hard for me. Maybe I'm cruel, I don't know. It completely makes sense for you to, of course, wish for your favorite character to not die. It doesn't make you cruel. However, I have to disagree with you, and I will die on this hill. I feel like Natasha dying in this moment was the perfect ending to her as a character. Because we constantly see Natasha trying to be better than she already is. Like, she redeemed herself more than once. But she does not believe that. She still feels like she has something to prove. I don't believe that there would have ever been the point where she would have been like, I've done it now. I've redeemed myself. I'm a good person. She never forgave herself for the things that she did. And her wanting to save people in order to wipe out the red in her ledger, what more perfect ending than have her sacrifice herself for the rest of the world? I'm a firm believer in the fact that on the way down when she fell, that was probably the first time in a very long time she felt at peace with herself, and she felt like she was doing the right thing, which honestly is everything I ever wanted for her and everything she deserved. We didn't deserve that as an audience, by the way. Fuck you, Marvel. We deserved to watch her live a healthy, happy life. But for her character, it did make sense. Me personally, I think Loki never was a villain. He just wanted to be seen, and the attack on New York was because he was controlled by Thanos. I love Loki with my whole heart. I believe that Loki was never a bad person. He was never evil. I do believe that he was selfish and unreasonable at times, and I do believe that the attack on New York was not entirely Thanos's fault. This thinking of I'm better than everyone else, I'm better than humans, I deserve a throne, I deserve all of this. This was all him. Those thoughts were in his head before Thanos even found him. I know a lot of people are like,
well, he's the cutest little bean. It was just Thanos.
No. He's never been this cute little bean. He's always been very mischievous. He's always been very entitled. I feel like we need to acknowledge that and move on. These are the things that just make him so likable because he feels real. He doesn't feel like these heroes who always try to do the right thing. We should just, you know, accept the fact that he's not perfect, the fact that he's not the fan fiction version that we want him to be, and just love him for what he is. A little mischievous asshole. My unpopular opinion is that it was perfectly in character for Steve to go back in time, and he isn't selfish for doing so. Also, I love you so much. I love you so much! Oh my god, you guys are amazing! I love you guys so much. I don't think it was selfish of him to do so. I believe that it was perfectly reasonable for him to want his happy ending. I do believe that it was very out of character. Steve Rogers, the righteous man who always tries to do the right thing, who would never do anything for selfish reasons if it would endanger others. That same person would go back in time and mess with timelines and potentially endanger a whole universe because he wanted to be with the love of his life. I'm not a professional writer, I don't know anything, but I do believe that it was very weird and it felt very strange and it just felt unnatural to me. Bruce was incredibly annoying. No. I'm ending this with the opinion, I think Bucky and Steve should have had canon fruitiness because the bromance was bordering on romance. To this I can only say, yes, empower the gays. They were in love, they were boyfriends. I don't give a crap what anyone else says, I do not care. I think this is it. I think those were all the ones that I can do today because my camera is this close to dying again and I really want to get this wrapped up because I really want to go to sleep because it's almost midnight and I really need to go to sleep. This was so cool, it was such a cool experience. I'm really excited to film the next video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and if you stuck around until now, thank you so much. I hope you like this thing with YouTube that I'm trying out. If you don't, that's also totally fine. Don't feel pressured to watch the things even though you might not want to watch. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and trying out this little experiment with me. Yeah, I have a wonderful day and remember to drink enough water. I love you guys so much. Like this much. I love you this much. Okay, bye!